You're going against a marketer. You ain't going against. You beat him. You could beat the other guy. It's almost like, you know how sometimes there's an NBA championship and you're like, this ain't the freaking championship. Nobody watches it because the championship was the Eastern Conference Finals. What the hell are we doing here? You beat the Eastern Conference Final. You could win it all and get a chip today. There's a lot could change between now and 5 years from now, 4 years from now. So I don't know. My level of frustration is that you think you have more time than you actually have. Where is the sense of urgency?
Patrick Bet-David brought a couple of people who claim to not be Never Trumpers, but are really acting like Never Trumpers here. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here on the PBD Podcast. And Clay and Buck are both arguing with PBD here on the PBD Podcast that Ron DeSantis would be a better presidential candidate than Donald Trump. And Patrick Bet-David was forced to put these guys in their place, as he is so good at doing. Let's get into this clip here where Patrick Bet-David takes on Clay Travis and Buck Sexton for coming at Donald Trump like they do in this very heated debate.
Minute hit.
That's not really.
No, I mean, you're preaching to the choir. Like
I think he is so marked. I think he is a strong leader. I think he has an incredible resume. I don't know why they're not telling the story. It's almost as if he's not going to run. If you're not going to run, then I support it on what you're doing. Maybe you're not going to be running, and that's your strategy, and none of us know shit. Fine. But if you are going to run, what's he going to do if he gets on your podcast for an hour? All he's going to get is nice questions, and he's going to be able to defend himself, and the audience is going to see a different side of him. How many people like that could he have gone on? You, Megyn Kelly. So many different places he could have gone on. No, why don't you? Well, because he hasn't announced it yet. But you launched a damn book. Who's the marketing team?
I think the Trump people have landed so many blows that
it's a one-way war, and a one-way war only goes in one direction. So far, that's the way it's been.
I think when you have the resume that he has, all you have to say is the answer he keeps giving. Listen, guys, everybody wants it to be me against Trump. I'm not going to fall for that. All I'm going to tell you is our resume. I won by 34,000 votes the first time because Trump helped us out. Yes, that is true. He said it in his book multiple times. Second time, 1.5 million. That wasn't without the help. Here's who we were able to convert. While the states were doing this, we went against the grain. They said this, we did this. Here's what happened in Florida. Look how many people are coming to us from New York. We're recruiting cops. He just have to say that. Like there was one time I saw a video that were making fun of The Rock to promote a movie. And he was on 20 different interviews, and he used the same exact line. And I'll go, oh, look at him. He's just that's what he's supposed to do. You're supposed to go say that to different audiences, even if people catch you or not. That's part of your job.
You're going to have us back in the summer when he's a candidate so we can actually see how the campaign is doing.
I'd like to do two more stories before we wrap up.
PBD, pay attention to one date. The Florida legislative session ends May 5th.
Yeah.
So by May 5th, right after that, we should be looking.
By when do we choose the Republican candidate? Well, when is the date?
March.
When is the primary?
The super.
We'll have
early
like
24?
10 months from now. We'll know probably who the nominee is.
Okay, so May. That's a month from now. So he announces, say, second, third week of May. So he's got 9 months after you launched your book that you haven't promoted yet. What are you going to go back and re-promote a book that you launched 3 months ago? I'm a marketer, guys. I'm not a politician. I'm a marketer. From the marketing standpoint, that's not a good marketing strategy.
You don't think he's going to hit the blitzkrieg this summer? You don't think he's going to decide that when he's actually running as a candidate, all of a sudden you're probably not going to get him out of your green room?
I hope I'm wrong. I hope so, because I think he's got a great resume. And I'm just, to me, you know when the coach gets upset at Steph Curry one game, I'll never forget. It's like, can I ask you why you're not shooting threes? You shot 2 threes today. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Shoot the damn threes. You're our best guy. Go. Play ball, bro. Let's go. It's like, shit, you're right. And in all
the problem with what Patrick Bet-David's saying and Buck and Clay is Ron DeSantis is not Steph Curry, especially when it comes to public relations. I mean, every single time the guy just got caught out, and it's seeming like on this channel recently, I'm some big Ron DeSantis hater or something. I'm not really that big of a Ron DeSantis hater. I'm just saying, like, when you put him up against Donald Trump, in terms of what the marketplace wants right now, in terms of what the American voters want right now, they want someone who is authentic, who has a lot of charisma. Ron DeSantis is not really either of those things. He just kept getting caught time and time again being not authentic, being unauthentic, however the hell you say that. But he was just having super awkward conversations and interactions with reporters, with voters, where he was trying to get a good PR moment and talk to a voter, it would just be super awkward. He was caught wearing those platform shoes that try to increase his height because he's insecure about how tall he is. It's like, it was just too much. I'm glad he didn't try to run against Trump. It would have probably not even been close, but he would have taken some votes away from Trump. And he would have caused some rift in the Republican Party for sure. Because he does have a good resume. Like Patrick David is saying, he does have a great resume in Florida. He's done a great job. The residents of Florida love what Ron DeSantis has done. But in terms of the charisma and the authenticity, I don't think it's there at all. It's not there. And I hope he doesn't run next election for president, because he might win the nominee, but he's not. If the Democrats have anybody who's formidable, I don't know who it would be. Maybe Gavin Newsom or somebody who can actually show some authenticity and some charisma. He'll get run over. No doubt about it. He'll get run over.
Teammates are like, dude, I don't care if you go 0 for 10.
Yeah.
You're the best 3-point shooter. Go. Let's roll. That's the part where it's like, this is a phenomenal candidate. You have an incredible resume coming from the biggest shit show for 2.5 years, and you came up above everybody. There's not a governor that's above him in America during COVID with all the manipulation, everybody targeting his ass. He stood out. The more you wait, the more those stories are gone. What are we doing? Like, who the hell is going out there speaking for you? Who's going out there selling this stuff for you? My frustration is a complete different frustration.
Can I tell you?
It's got nothing to do with policies.
One quick thing. I know you want to get to the Elon thing. I just would say there are a lot of people that I think would speak out about that stuff on the right, and they are afraid of Trump. They're afraid of.
Yeah. But then you don't. Then you should fire yourself.
You dismiss. No, but I'm saying you're asking why is there more compensation?
Those people, if there are people like that, you should resign. Because if you're doing this type of stuff, I'll never forget this. There was a book I read, business book, and I want to give this guy credit. I don't know who wrote it. When I found out, I'm going to give the credit. When you're coming up, you always have these 2 or 3 names that you think you need, because without them, you're never going to be as big as you're doing a show. Oh my God, if we land that interview, oh my God, if we raise money from that guy, oh my God, if we listen, man. You think you need that one interview, that one guest, that whatever to validate you. If you're good enough and you're fair with your audience and you're straight up, and there's a part of you that respects the audience, but there's a part of you that's not going to cave into your audience, trashing you because you don't say what they want you to say. I'm not doing that, bro. This is what I believe. You don't like it, go talk to somebody else that you think you're going to agree with 100% of the time. That's not my ass. So the people that are afraid of that, they should quit today, because they don't belong in the journalistic world. Talk shit to both sides, give your opinion, support, give your values and principles, and then from there on, see what happens. Defend your values and principles. I'm very open about the values and principles I defend. You guys got the top show, radio. I'm sorry, guys.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah,
I would call into our show unscheduled all the time to talk for 5 to 7 minutes.
And you know who did that? This guy named Donald.
Yeah, well, exactly. Donald Trump. And the reason why Ron DeSantis probably doesn't want to do that is the same reason why Kamala Harris doesn't want to do that. Well, maybe not the same exact reason, because if Ron DeSantis was pressed on policies that he has, I'm 100% confident that he'd be able to defend himself and his policies. But in terms of relating to the voter and being personable, being authentic, that's not his strong suit. And we saw that. It got exposed really badly. So if he goes on all these podcasts and live streams and things that Donald Trump has been able to do, he's going to tank his chances. He's not going to go up. There's going to be so many awkward moments and so many memeable and not laughing with him, but laughing at him moments. That's why he doesn't do it, and I think it's smart for him to not do it. At least he'll keep getting elected governor. At least he'll keep his position currently, but he's not gonna be president. He might win the Republican nominee, but he's never going to beat out a formidable Democrat. It's never going to happen.
He did that all the time.
Best story I've got for Trump really quickly. First time I had him on the radio show, he's president of the United States. He called the show himself. You guys know the PR apparatus that exists for low-level non-entities. Mm-hmm. He would call the show himself and come on.
You call that a hustler. That's what you call that. And you know what? I respect the hustle.
He's a marketer.
Yeah. And by the way, you're going against a marketer.
Yep.
You're going against the marketer. You ain't going against. You beat him. You could beat the other guy. It's almost like, you know how sometimes there's an NBA championship and you're like, this ain't a freaking championship. Nobody watches it because the championship was the Eastern Conference Finals. The hell are we doing here? You beat the Eastern Conference Final. You could win it all and get a chip today. There's a lot could change between now and 5 years from now, 4 years from now. So I don't know. My level of frustration is that you think you have more time than you actually have. Where is the sense of urgency? Where is that? Where's the sense of urgency with that?
The comparison, though, to understanding no one has understood the media and been the same kind of force that Donald Trump has been.
That's your opponent.
Period.
So that means, so you know what that means, though. Here's what that means. You know what I do. This is what I do if I'm DeSantis' camp. Hey, Schwartzman, do you really support us? Yes. Who's the best marketer you know? We want to meet with them. Hey, XYZ Musk, you support us? Yes. Who's the best marketer we can hire for the next 2 years? Are you willing to help us find that guy? And you don't think Musk knows that, or David Sachs knows that guy, or Rogan has these calls? Bro, let's use our contact to put a super-ass team together to play ball. And I guarantee you, if you hired a super team to work with you, some people may say, well, maybe he's done that. Nobody knows about it. Really? You think the super team would have allowed the book to do what it did? I don't think so. I think it would have been.
He very well could have done that. And they did a mock podcast and they saw how Ron DeSantis acted on the podcast. And the master marketer was like, oh, yeah, never mind. This is going to be a disaster. I'm leaving. Or the master marketer just advised them, hey, you're not really the best at these live, podcasts where there's no editing or no cuts or no scripts. Maybe you just shouldn't do those. And if you don't do those, you're not going to be able to compete with someone who can do them and just crush them like Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. Let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think about Patrick Bet David putting Clay Travis and Buck Sexton in their place here and really explaining why Ron DeSantis is just not going to have a chance to win ever. In my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you have a different opinion. And let me know in the comments what you guys think about Patrick Bet David shutting down, these people in this heated debate here on Ron DeSantis live on the PBD Podcast and the Value Tainment YouTube channel.